And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another broadcast here. We just wrapped up with the Elima League number 231. We just wrapped up that broadcast, and now we are back with our fourth broadcast of the night. We had Firegrow Cup Group A this morning, followed by the KSL, followed by Elima League, and now we are back to wrap it all up with Firegrow Cup Group B. Let's go. I'm of course your ZvT, and with me I'm joined by these amazing players, the people in the chat, and by my plushies as well. And we are jumping to our first series of the night. Spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Oceanborn, we have the red Terran player for the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. Oh no, and spawning. He heard us, Pappy. Spawning in the top left hand corner, we have, he used to be young, he used to be vibrant, he used to be full of energy and full of hope, but now the smudge is real. He was once known as YoungYakov, but now he is Old Yakov. Smudge. Smudge, Pappy, Smudge. Aye. Let's go. We have our first series. And welcome one and all to the Firegrow Cup number 4 to Group B. Very quickly, if you're in the chat, predictions are about to close. Place your bets while you can, because predictions are about to close. So best of luck with your gamba, as they are going to be heading underway, so best of luck. And for those that are curious, this is a monthly tournament. Qualifiers were held throughout the week. Invites were placed as well. This is of course focused on the CIS region, and we have a group around Robin group, more importantly. Oh my god, we have 6 players. We have 6 players rising to the challenge here in Group B. This morning we casted Group A, so I do recommend the VODs. There was some spicy matches. There was a lot of good fun, might I say, as well, so I do recommend the VODs if you do want to tune in and catch up on what has been going on. But here in this group we have UED Soldier, we have Replicant, Nicoract, YoungYakov, Milky Cow, and GG Machine. After this series, we will be switching our scenes over. We can have a look at the bracket itself at the group stage, and we can go over all the matches. Of course, this morning we did actually complete all of Group A. Today we have Group B, and tomorrow will be the playoffs. It'll be the playoffs and the grand finals. So tomorrow we will crown our Firegrow Cup champion. Also, very quickly, if you're in the chat, a big shout out to Mindle VK, because Mindle VK, he is the organizer, caster, sponsor of the event. He has been putting in a lot of work here in the Firegrow Cups, month after month. We haven't taken notice, of course, especially going over the results during the podcast, and now we are here to provide some English coverage. Here we go. For the time being, the Reaper doesn't get across the map. We'll standard opener, hatch gas pull into a standard build out of YoungYakov. I should say Old Yakov. Meanwhile, the drone does go down. Nice pick off here again. Old man Yakov, you know, he's not as fast as he used to be. Feels bad, man. He's like 20 years old. Not like this. But one drone goes down. Nicoract, he's keeping tabs here on Yakov. We do have our third base now being taken, of course. So standard build here out of our Zerg player. Just losing one drone early on is a slightly better start for Nicoract. Back at home is getting into a 1-1-1. Ooh, very aggressive here by Nicoract, embracing a 1-1-1, delayed third TC. Now, what I should emphasize as well coming into this is we have been casting quite a lot of Nicoract over the past year of play. Nicoract, he has improved so much over the past 12 months. It's been crazy to see his growth and his rate of improvement. But what I can say stylistically is that Nicoract in this matchup is very aggressive. Very aggressive. We see a lot of 2-base all-ins. We see a lot of 3-base all-ins as well. This is going to be a 1-1-1 setup, and we see why. BC. It's going to be a BC-based opener. Fusion Core is on the way. He's rushing into battle cruisers, and we'll see if if YoungYakov does realize what's going on. We'll see if Old Yakov realizes as well. As Nicoract, he's applying some pressure, he's keeping Yakov busy back at home. There is an overload, but the scout is denied. The overload takes a lot of hits, was able to confirm the 1-1-1. So could I imagine read potentially a Hellbat push with Banshees? Could be BC as well. Yakov, he has a piece of the puzzle. He does have a piece of the puzzle. He's not fully aware of what's going on, but he has an idea, and we'll see how Yakov does respond. We'll see how he sets up. For now, Queen production. Getting into Queens. No spores yet. So we do have a Roach Warren on the way here towards the left-hand side. This can, of course, be BC into Mech from the side of Nicoract. The Hellions are amassing. Third CC now on the way. Again, not a 2-base all-in by any means, but still very committed, very aggressive from the Terran. As the BC is coming. Likewise, spores are being thrown down. We do see that YoungYakov, he's playing carefully here. He's getting ready, getting his spores on location. Has one for each mineral line. Looking at the queen count, we have 6, soon to be 7 queens. Not a bad queen count here from Yakov either. Hellions are poking and prodding. Stim is on the way, so it's going to be BC, not into mech. It's going to be BC into a third base, into bio, as Stim is on the way. Now, ideally, I believe the goal of this BC is not to go into the mineral line. The BC is designed to dive on the queens. Hellions dive in as well, and the goal here is for Nicoract to overwhelm this army, to overwhelm this force of queens. But that is a lot of queens, and the spore comes forward as well. Roach production has begun. This is going to be a very difficult position to try to break. Lings, they do get across the map. They do head towards the third base, and the BC is about to be revealed. Yeah, the BC is revealed. Now he knows. Now Yakov is aware. More queens on the way. Nicoract moves out, and Nicoract, he does think better of pushing across the map. He hunts down the overlords, tries to supply block his opponent, establishes his third base, and Nicoract, he's taking it slow. Spire is on the way. Now, bear this in mind, Nicoract, he's going for the add-on swap. It was only a singular BC. There's no Yamato, there's no big investment into tech or upgrades. The first BC is moving out to harass, and Nicoract is macroing from here. Did invest very hard, and the third base is late, so I would say that YoungYakov is in a better position. YoungYakov is fully saturated on 3 bases. He's got some solid tech. He's got a 4th base soon to be on the way as well. I would give the edge to YoungYakov here, or even old Yakov, but it comes down to Nicoract to try to make use of this army. Hellions, they threaten to die, but the roaches are ready. Yeah, the roaches are in position. The BC does delay the 4th. It kills the drone. Catching another overlord, not bad. Meanwhile, the Lings, they threaten a counterattack. The Hellions do shut them down, but the roaches, they can push through. Yeah, the roaches, they do push towards the third base, but there is a massive amount of Marines with Stim ready for this, which means Nicoract should be fine. Yeah, he sims it. He started steps forward, and he shuts down the roaches. This was an overextension by Yakov. He throws away so many roaches here. Trading minerals for gas, a very efficient trade from Nicoract. As he chases down almost every single roach, one roach does escape. Looking at the trades, looking at the efficiency here, you can see 11 roaches for only Hellions and 1 Reaper. Nicoract does not lose a single Marine. Medevacs have arrived, they can maintain themselves. BC is still up and running and still threading the bases, still keeping Yakov pinned back at home. And hopefully Yakov doesn't commit too hard to Corruptors. It's 5 Corruptors only, so just 5 Corruptors, that is enough to deflect 1 BC. Behind this, we do have the Armory for 2-2, second Factory for mass tank production. Yakov is getting his 4th CC on location, and now he's being active with those medevacs, with those Marines. BC tries to trade, but should teleport back home. Up! Oh, doesn't though. BC goes down. And Nicoract feels otherwise distracted. Does get a queen across the map, but only the queen, as there are plenty of roaches to defend. We do see Yakov, he's not just embracing roach production, but he's getting into a Bailing Nest as well, so it looks like he wants to go into Lingbane Roach Ravager. Very robust mid-game composition here from Yakov. He, of course, has anti-air for the medevacs as well with his Corruptors, and now we see Yakov going for a bit of a counterattack. I don't think he can really push in, though. He has no Ravagers, his upgrades are still on the way, so he backs off. This is only for map control. Nicoract is safe and sound. He has a very nice setup here with 3 tanks with a siege line, and he does not get punished for that 4th base. Checking the vision, Yakov doesn't know. He is unaware of the 4th base, otherwise he could have kept going. He could have kept pushing, could have killed the SCV and delayed, maybe even cancelled the expansion, as the tanks are not in position to defend. So the base was vulnerable, but Yakov didn't check. Did not check in the end. Just catching up with the chat. Share map, share map. They grow up and old so fast. They fire grow up. I see what you did there. As Nicoract does dive on the expansion, forces a cancel. Nicoract, he does rotate back around. Ling run by is deflected. So far, so good. Nicoract, he's keeping up. Shut down the Roach push earlier, keeping up with the Lings, and now he can focus on his push. How many tanks does he have? He's moving out with 3 tanks, 2 Hellbats, and Mass Marine. He has Stim, he has Combat Shields, he has 1-1. Bathing speed is done, so it's not going to be easy pushing into Lingbane Roach Ravager. YoungYakov, he is well set up. Nicoract, he has to take it slow. He has to take it slow, work through the creep, bit at a time. Doesn't want to get surrounded, doesn't want to get caught out. Very methodical approach here from Nicoract. Yakov is committing. did for a moment there. Tank shots going off. We do see Yakov is actually going for a counterattack with those Corruptors, going for the Planetary. Ooh, that could be a big pickoff. But there are Marines to defend. At the same time, Nicoract, he pulls away from the front lines. He's racing back home. Marines, they defend the fourth. And Nicoract, he does not get pounced upon. He bleeds out a couple of Marines, true. But he does escape with most of his tanks. Oh, they are exposed, though. And the tanks are exposed. Nicoract forced to fight out on the map. Bathers are coming in. Yeah, they do connect. Every tank goes down. Nicoract, he will hold. He will shut down this army. Even chasing down the Roach Ravager. But it did cost Nicoract all of his tanks. And Nicoract, he does fall in supply. YoungYakov, or Yakov, he can of course rebuild, remax. He's still YoungYakov. He's still young at heart. We love him. As the economies are quite robust for both players, Nicoract, he's on a 4-base economy, he's on 81 SCVs plus mules, so he can sustain himself, but after losing all those tanks, it takes a while to rebuild. So Nicoract, he has to lick his wounds. As he's licking his wounds, YoungYakov, he's taking. What do we have? The Hive. The Hive is done. We have Adrenal on the way, Ultra Cavern, and a Greater Spire. So all these Corruptors can now be morphed into Broodlords. And I'll be honest, Nicoract, he's not ready for Broodlords. He's not ready for Hive tech here. There are no Ghosts. Ghost Academy's on the way, but it's not quite ready. Nicoract, he went for a more aggressive build. He was hoping to end the game earlier, but the game has progressed. The game has progressed, and I'm concerned here for Nicoract. Trading well against the Lynx. Oh! Trading well against the Lynx. Has to pick up against the Bailing. Has to pull back. And I don't think YoungYakov can really achieve too much here with this push. I mean, the Bailing's going to be thrown away. Roach is pushing into tank fire. One tank goes down. Once again, this was a better trade for Nicoract. I'm just waiting for the Broodlords. But still Corruptor. Actually, we see Yakov going into Ultra first. Interesting choice. He's investing into melee upgrades. Scan reveals the Ultra Cavern, sees it researching as well, so Nicoract, he has time to invest into Ghosts. And even though Nicoract has been trading, what has he not lost? Workers. Nicoract, his economy has been left untouched, to be honest. It's been untouched this entire game, which is a terrifying thought. Both armies are maxing out. Nicoract is going to have the more efficient army. And we'll see what he can get done with it. Does get eyes on the new would-be Sick. Sick expansion spotted, is focused down. Likewise, Yakov is double expanding. Nicoract, yeah, there we go, moving on the right-hand side as well. Going for a split push. Corruptors are coming in for the dive. They want the Metamax. They get one. They're going to get two. Do they get all three? Oh, not quite. The two Metamax do fall. Nice pickoffs here from Yakov. Meanwhile, Nicoract, he doesn't quite go for the expansion. He clears up creep instead. I mean, he's still getting some value here, but it means that Yakov, he gets a Sick. Sick expansion is getting up and running. Pushing forward, bleeding out Roaches. The Wilds, they connect with the Liberator. The Liberator goes down. At the same time, Roaches, they head towards the Planetary. Oh, towards the third. Yeah, Nicoract, he's being pulled apart. SCVs are finally going down. We spoke earlier about the lack of economic damage. Finally, it's here. And again, Yakov, he wants to throw away these Roaches. This is dead supply, so he throws away the Roaches. He trades with 9 SCVs. That is a worthwhile trade for Yakov. And now he replaces with Broodlords. 7 Broodlords on the way. We have Broodlord, we have Ultra, we have Linkbane, we have more Corruptors, and now Infestors as well. Yakov, he's getting into his ideal late game composition. He's getting there. And Nicoract, I mean, he does have a good ghost count, true. His ghost count is looking quite healthy here. But we'll see if he can keep up. As he's trying to secure himself, setting up the freedom zones, the tank lines, another fusion core on the way, which is going to be for Liberator range, but I think Nicoract might have forgotten about that first fusion core. Regardless, it's on the way. It's on the way. It'll help, I'm sure. Meanwhile, Yakov, he's taking his entire half of the map, droning up, saturating his bases, getting up to 80 workers. Another Roach run by, once again picking up a handful of SCVs. Not quite, but almost. And here we go, those 7 Broodlords, oh, now turning into 12, soon to be 14. 14 Broodlords from Yakov. That's a lot of Broods. Scan finally reveals, and I don't see any Vikings. So my apologies, there's one. There's one Viking here for Nicoract. He has Ghosts. But Bio goes on its own against Broodlord. I mean, we need more support. There we go. Vacuum production has begun. Thor production has begun as well, but the production only just began, and now Yakov is pushing in. Oof. Yeah, Ghost under fire. We get some decent snipes. But I do have to give the edge here to Yakov. 8 drones go down to the drop. Nicely done. That Broodlord count is looking terrifying. And again, Nicoract, he needs more time, or I should say he needed to have scattered this earlier. Remember, Nicoract, he was reacting to ultras. He was getting ready for an anti-ultra army, which he does have, but oh my god. The fungal is brutal. The friendly fire as well. And these Broodlords are snowballing out of control. Oof, they're diving on the ghosts. More ghosts falling. Expensive losses for Nicoract. And now we have more Thors on the way, but the damage has been done. From here, Yakov, he can back off. He's building up more infestors. He can just shut this down with fungal growths. Nice transfuse on the broods. How many broods does he have? Down to 11. A couple of them were sniped, but only a couple. Oh, speaking of, another 2 snipes going up. Not bad. 2 more broods go down. See here, more ship weapon upgrades. Ultras, they hit the left-hand side. 5 more Broodlords on the way. Oh my god. I mean, without any Vikings, there's no need to keep Corruptors, is the problem. There's no need for Corruptors. So just, they're all morphed into Broods. Just all thing Broodlord. It's Broodlord even. Snipe's gonna be going up. Did have a decent fungal from Yakov. How many? Down to 11 again. I mean, once again, there were some good snipes. Gets an ultra. Broodlords push in. Oh, another one, another 2 broods go down. Down to 9. I mean, these have been some very nice pickoffs here from Nicoract, and these fungals have been too late. And again, the fungals are necessary to deny the snipes. But the fungals have been delayed from Yakov. And that Broodlord count, it's down to 8. 8 Broodlords left. Nicoract, he's holding his own. Now has a solid Thor army as well, or Thor supportive army. And that momentum that Yakov had, it doesn't have as much of it anymore. Still has a bank to work with, and still has a lot of infestors, so it's going to be difficult to dive on this army and break out. But pushing into this defensive setup, it's proving difficult for Yakov. And here we go, Nicoract, he breaks out. Oh, at least tries to. Thinks about it. Yakov not too far behind with those Broodlords. The 4th Spore Force is finishing. Snipes going up. Tanks getting a bit of friendly fire. At the same time, Ultra run by towards the left-hand side is going to be cleaned up by these ghosts. For the most part. Oof. 1 ghost goes down. Still a better trade for Nicoract, 1 for 2. Oh my god, the tank shots! They shut down 3 of those infestors. Yakov overextends. Is taking more bases, taking some of the bases of Nicoract. As we do see a surge of Broodlords once again. Now back up to 13. We also have some Vipers in the mix as well. So Vipers that can abduct the Thors. They can abduct the tanks. More importantly, power bomb some of these medevacs. Oh my god, the friendly fire, Jesus! Ay, ay, ay. That was 2 ghosts going down, but a lot of friendly fire. Meanwhile, Nicoract, he gains ground towards the left-hand side. Pushing forward, does get a base. Yakov out of position. Nice pickup. Broodlord's moving forward. Oh. Snipes will be connecting. They get 2 more brutes. They get 2 more broodlords. So 5 broodlords in total against 3 ghosts. So once again, better trades for Nicoract. Broodlord count is building up. I'm loving now Liberation range on the way here for those Liberators to give Nicoract some more breathing room here. He has been holding his own. Did lose his Thor, I believe, but he's got 1 Thor left with his main army on the right-hand side. The rest of his Thors are over towards the left. Snipes going up. Does Yoink the Liberator. Oh. Ghost going to be going down. Second Ghost goes down as well. I think we're committing. We commit to the fight. Flanking Ghosts come in. Good snipes. And Nicoract, he's not trading too poorly here. Thors have arrived. Oh my god, the snipes are brutal. Where's the fungal? The fungal was a little bit too late there. It was a late fungal from Yakov. As the dust settles, that was what? That was how many? That was, oh my god, that was 12 Ghosts for 11 Broodlords. Almost a 1-to-1 trade between Broodlord and Ghost. As both players are replenishing their armies, we can see Nicoract going to a more Liberator Thor heavy composition. Oh, the Hellbat, let's go. We're back in Heart of the Swarm. Hellbat drop here into the mineral line. Drones get roasted. 14 drones go down. Nicely done here by Nicoract. Gets the mineral line. Oh, but he does have to get the hell out of here as the Corruptors are on the hunt. Vipers as well. Oh, he gets 1. He gets 2. And both Metaracts full. Nicoract securing himself. Ultra run by towards the left-hand side. This time, where are the Ghosts? They're not here. And this planetary, it's going to go down. Massive pickup. Again, previously the Ghosts were split up, and now we actually see all the Ghosts responding. That's a little bit scary here. These Ghosts, ideally we do want to split them up into 2 groups. Don't want them all to be on their own like that. But they're coming back. The Ghosts are returning. As Nicoract, he is denying mining here on the right-hand side. Very important. This does mean that Yakov does not have the economic lead that he otherwise would want. Time's going up. So basically, ideally, a Zerg player wants to be upper base. Upper base against Terran. But now we're really on even bases, as this base can soon be taken by the Terran player. So it's important here that Nicoract maintains control of this expansion, so he can take it himself. Meanwhile, the Broodlords, they rotate around. Snipes coming in! Dude, catch 2 of those Broods. Well, tank gets picked up. He gets he gets both tanks. Nicely done. 14 Broods against 16 Ghosts. Oh. Nice abductions, dragging Liberators into Spore range. Oh my god, the snipes are brutal. Where are the fungals? The fungals are missing. These infestors are chilling in the back line. They're like, oh yeah, look, that's a crazy fight happening over there. But without fungal growth support, I mean, these Broodlords, they are dropping like flies. Down to 9. You can see here it was 2 Ghosts for 5 Broodlords. So once again, a much more efficient trade from Nicoract. But a big reason for that is the lack of fungal growths. Meanwhile, Nicoract, he attempts to re-expand, but once again, Yakov does hit the left-hand base. Does hit the mineral line. SCVs are going down. Nicoract not in position. Again, earlier, Nicoract, he did have like a secondary army here to defend, but hasn't had that for quite some time. On top of that, if Nicoract isn't too careful, this base could be taken by the Zerg. Ooh, big reaction. Nicoract, he unsieges almost everything. That's a big response. The Ghost, no! The Ghosts are exposed! Oh my god, massive pickups. Ay, 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 that's what, 6, 7, 8 Ghosts. Oh my, so many of them go down. That's brutal. That's a brutal loss for Nicoract. That's how many, that was 9 Ghosts falling. And the Broodlord count is still healthy. Broodlords are coming in. Jesus. That was 9 Ghosts falling. That was not worth it for Nicoract. And he still doesn't really leave... Okay, there we go. He does leave some Thors to defend and some Liberators. Again, Nicoract just having a bit of a harder time splitting up his army to defend both locations at once. I mean, there's no Planetary here either. Snipe goes up. Oh, 3 Broodlords go down. I would not be opposed to Nicoract even pushing here on the left-hand side. Yeah, he's pushing. I do like this. So you got Nicoract, he does hit the base, brings it down. And Yakov pushing in. Gets another tank. The Ghosts holding their own. Where's the Fungal? Fungal will connect. They shut down the Ghosts. Yeah, Lingbane Ultra collapses in, and the Ghosts are going to be completely reset. A massive fight here for Yakov. Takes out the Ghost, takes out the tanks, but here come the reinforcements. Yeah, Vikings, they come into play. Reinforcing Ghosts as well. Snipes are going up. And there's only a handful of Broodlords left. Oh, it's going to be close. Thors, they're coming in for a flank as well. And there's 3 Broodlords remaining. Nicoract, he takes the fight. He cleans this up. But does he keep pushing? Does he have enough to keep going? Can he chase this down? What does he have left? 5 Ghosts, 4 Thors. Did take down the base on the left-hand side, and he can go. Yeah, he can go for the last mining base here of Yakov. I mean, it still has an economy. Don't get me wrong. But this expansion is going to fall. At the same time, Yakov going for a Ling counterattack. Oh, the Ultras get caught. Massive pickoffs. Ultras get caught out. Ling run by does hit bottom left. Liberators out of position. And they have to re-siege. Main army pulls back. And Liberators able to eventually clean this up. Eventually. And Nicoract, he's taking this base. Now remember, because YoungYakov, he barely mined this expansion. This is a fresh mining base here for Nicoract to take himself. This is why it's so important that he denied so much mining earlier. But Nicoract, he's spread thin. The Ghosts! No, the Ghosts! They get caught out. Once again, they get caught. They were exposed, being blinding clouds as well in the Thors. And the mass Ultras breaking through. It's not about the Broodlords anymore, it's about the Ultras. We do get some nice snipes. Oh, he has to pick up, he has to get the hell out of here. Nicoract, he does not establish the space. And he plummets in supply. Nicoract, he's broke. He needs money, he needs gas, he needs minerals. He needs an economy. It's something he doesn't have. He's forced to go into marine production. It's not ideal. Yeah, marine doesn't scale well against this. And it looks like YoungYakov, old Yakov even, he's doing it. It's been a scrappy game, very scrappy. Both players are running out of gas. Oh my god, massive EMPs on the infestors. EMPs pop up. Ooh, but the Ultras, yeah, the mass Ultra breaks through. GG gets called, and old Yakov will take game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Yakov does take the first game, but that was a very intense game as well. There were definitely moments for both players, but there were some key, I want to say there was some key moments for Nicoract where there was some rough, where he did kind of blunder a little bit and did lose too many Ghosts. If you remember, there was that one moment where Nicoract responded to the Ultra run by with his Ghost, and he lost 9. He lost 9 Ghosts trying to respond to those Ultras. Likewise, on the right hand side, we saw his Ghosts getting caught out a couple of times as well. And I mean, you can imagine that game state with 9, 10, 11 extra Ghosts. That could have been the difference there. That could have been the difference between, you know, a win or a loss. And Oh, very close in the end. GG, well played. YoungYakov takes game 1, but now we're getting ready for game number 2. That was merely only the first game of the series. Plenty more to come. Let's go. Plenty more to come. As we are going to be loading into Golden as game 2. Here we go. Here we go. Just catching up in the chat. But yeah, hope you all been enjoying yourselves. Hope you all had a great time. Again, this is our fourth cast of the day. For those who maybe didn't get to tune in, we just finished up with Elima League. Elima League was amazing. Elima League was a lot of fun. Very intense series, really intense matches. I do recommend the VODs if you missed out on Elima League. Did just wrap it up. And of course, now we are getting into our fourth broadcast of the night, getting into game 2. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Golden we have the red Terran player. We have the Platinum Heroes Terran. It is Nicoract. Looking to tie things up, looking to fight back in the series, and spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the blue Zerg player, currently teamless. He was at 1 point young, but now he is old. Smirch. Lead the series 1-0. It is Yakov. YoungYakov back. He's still young in my eyes. He's like 21 years old. Wait, how old? I think he's a little bit older than that, to be fair. I think he's a little bit older. But still. He's a boy. Shaking my head. Hold on, I'm double checking. I'm double checking. He's 20. He's not even 20. He's 20 years old. Old papi. Oh my god. So old. God damn it. Este Yakov. Ay. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. 20 years old. Old confirmed. Soon he's gonna be ancient Yakov. He'll get there in a couple of years. Like, by the time he's 23, ancient, elder Yakov. Oh no. Not like this. As Nicoract is going for a rack disband, economic opener or standard opener here by Nicoract, just a rack disband. Likewise, Hatchgas pool out of Yakov. It goes for the SCV scout, confirms that there is no early pool timing. And the Reaper moves out. The Reaper does move out. Anyone have a link? There we go. The Reaper does poke in, dancing with the Lings. Does dance with Yakov's army. Meanwhile, third base is now being taken. Yakov, of course, just securing himself. Oh, does get the tumor. Nicoract popping off. Tumor goes down. So a very nice start here by Nicoract. Does maintain his position, and once again, do you see what I see? I see a starport before the third CC. So very aggressive build. Now we saw this 1-1-1 last game lead into a BC build. We saw battle cruisers from Nicoract in game 1, and we could see that again here, or this could be into Banshees, into a Hellbat push. Regardless, very aggressive. Very aggressive build by Nicoract, as he is delaying his third base by quite some time. This could technically also lead into a 2-base all-in. We saw last game it just led into a delayed third, so we'll keep an eye on Nicoract as he's piecing his build together. There's Yadon swap, which means, yep, Cloak Banshee. So it is going to be Banshee this time, not Battle Cruiser. See, middle-aged Yakov. Oh no. Now he's already past that. He's past the middle age. Ah. Oh. Feels bad, man. As Hellions, they try to poke in. Yakov getting into a roach play. Burrow being researched. That's a new one. Okay. Burrow is on the way. Burrow's a really interesting upgrade with roaches just because it's kind of like Blink. In a way, Blink is to avoid damage and to escape with your stalkers. Burrow allows the roaches to, of course, tunnel down and to avoid damage. But okay, he cancels. I was like, that'd be crazy. It looks like it was a misclick. So he cancels Burrow. He does start up Lair instead. Meanwhile, do you see what I see? Once again, I do not see a third CC. There's no third command center. 2 more ranks is 2-base all in. It's going to be a 2-base all in. Oh my god, throws down. Double eBay behind this. Interesting. This is going to be a 1-1 timing from Nicoract. He's going to be building up a hefty amount of bio. Hyper aggressive. Banshees, they hit the main base. Spore's not quite done. Drones are going down. He gets 2. He gets 3 drone kills. Very nicely done. 3 workers do fall. Nicoract does pull away. Hellions still being active. Are you implying that playing SC2 ages you at an exponential rate? The amount of years lost. It's not. This is the real truth. It's not SC2. It's the ladder, papi. It's the ladder is what ages you. It takes away your youth. It sucks you dry. Takes away your hope, your happiness, your wonder, your innocence. It's all gone. All taken away by the ladder. I mean, look at Eva. Eva's like 12 years old. And it's over. It's the smudge for Eva is real. Oh no. Este Eva. Another youth taken away by the SC2 ladder. Feels bad, man. As the Banshees, they are so far doing a good job at just trying to distract and pull Yakov apart, getting a couple of creep tumors, trading with the army. Now again, this Hellion Banshee, it's only designed to distract. It's only keeping the Zerg player busy while Nicoract builds up for his all-in. I mentioned before that again, 2-base all-in out of Nicoract. He's got 5 racks set up on 2 bases. 1-1 is almost done. This is going to be a 1-1 timing for Nicoract, and one way or another, it's going to end the game. Either he kills Yakov or he dies trying. He does bust into the middle line. 7 drones go down. And ideally, this forces Yakov to replenish this mineral line and to make drones, not make army. Now, Nicoract, he's scouting, he's checking for a third, he sees that there is no expansion, and Yakov, he does not make any more drones. He does not. Oh, I spoke too soon. 7 drones on the way. This is ideal for Nicoract. He wants his opponent to make drones while he pushes. And here we go. It's all or nothing for Nicoract. Lings, they poke at the front door. Road Ravager getting ready. The tanks are on siege. Oh, files don't quite connect. But again, Nicoract's on the timer. The longer this goes on, the worse it's going to be. Tanks sieging up behind this. Lings are getting ready to try to catch reinforcements. Or even coming in from behind. Nicoract is pushing forward. The Lings are coming in. The army bit overstimmed. The first tank does get surrounded. Oh, the tank falls. One tank, both tanks fall. Without the tanks, there's no more backbone to the army. And Yakov, he's shutting this down. He shuts this down. The Biles connect. The Queens come in as well. And Nicoract just does not have enough. Not like this. GG gets called, and Yakov will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations, YoungYakov will claim the series. My condolences to Nicoract. Again, he did hold his own, and game 1 was really close. Game 1 was a beautiful way to start this broadcast. To embrace ZvT in the late game on Oceanborn was very close, very neck and neck. Here in game 2, Nicoract, he had enough. He's like, you know what, I'm just going for the all-in. I'm just going for the 2-base all-in one way or another. It works or it doesn't. In the end, it did not. Unfortunately, YoungYakov, he was able to slow down the army, able to come in for the surround, able to chip away at the forces enough to slow it down, and GG. GG, well played. YoungYakov will take it 2-0, and now we are getting ready for our next series. And the question becomes, what's up next? Where are we going?